Hi disciples, this is Jetsu, and for all my watchers and for those coming back to my channel, I want to thank you for coming to my channel. And for those who are new to my channel, I'm Jetsu, and on my channel I talk about God, His love for us, His Son, and of course His Son coming back. And today we're gonna look in Second Chronicles chapter 20, reading from verse 1 to about 16, and this is Jehoshaphat. And Jehoshaphat came to rule during that time. He came to rule when the kingdom was split, because remember, the kingdom was one kingdom during the time of David reign. And then right as David died, the kingdom split. So you have the north and you have the south. So Jerusalem in the south and Judah in the north. So Jehoshaphat come to rule over a divided kingdom in the north. He was in the north in Judah, a divided kingdom. And he was the son of Asa. And remember, Jehoshaphat's daughter, for those who don't know, Jehoshaphat's daughter, Jehoshaphat's son is the one that married to Athaliah, who is Ahab's daughter. And Ahab married to Jezebel, who is a Phoenician princess from a neighboring town. So today we're going to look at Jehoshaphat. And as we could say, he was a good king, maybe we could say. But his rule, his reign was, some people would say he was a good king, but, his reign was not so wonderful. So today we're going to look at, like I said, Second Chronicle and see what's going on with Jehoshaphat. So, yeah. Because during the reign of Jehoshaphat, you could say he strengthened Judah in during that time. He strengthened Judah in terms of trade routes and stuff. And you have to remember, he was in conflicts with three others. He has enemies. Kings always have enemies, and he have enemies. And because he came up on a very unsuccessful, I would say unsuccessful raid when he joined with another kingdom to get the trade route to take over Ramoth Gilead. And during that time, so the raid was unsuccessful because they wanted that trade route. So that raid was unsuccessful, and so we're gonna see some of what happened during his time. It came to pass after this also that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, with them others beside the Ammonites, came against Jehoshaphat to battle. So with them came to battle with Jehoshaphat because they want Ramoth Gilead, that trade route. So the children of Ammon, they came. So you remember, you have Ammon, you have the Jebusite, you have the Ammonites, you have the Hittites, you have all of the ites and kites. They came up against him because he want that trade route. Not only he want the trade route, everybody wants that trade route. Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, there cometh a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side Syria, and behold, they be in Azor Tamar, which is Engedi, which is Engedi. And Jehoshaphat learned and set himself to seek the Lord and proclaim a fast throughout all Judea. So during this big war that they're gonna have, he set aside and he has this fasting. And in the land of Judah, he have everybody fasting. So he have this fasting because he's going up against such army. Because you have to remember, it's not one person fighting against one nation, kingdom fighting against him. There's other kingdom that want the trade route that fighting against him. So each kingdom have a large army. So when they combine together, when all those 2, 3, or 4 kingdom combine together, of course the army is going to be larger than Jehoshaphat's army. So the army is going to be larger than Jehoshaphat's army. So he's not going to be able to fight them off because it's a lot. So sometimes when we detour and you know, get away from God and stay away from God, and sometimes things happen and we come together, and this is with Jehoshaphat, you know. So now he's fasting because he has to call upon God to help him to fight off all this multitude of army that come up against him to fight, because his army not going to be able to beat another three kingdom army. And Joseph got feared and set himself to seek the Lord and proclaim a fast throughout all Judea. And Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of the Lord. Even out of all the cities of Judea, they came to seek the Lord. So even out of the city of Judea, maybe close by, like we said, the outskirts of the city, people, the Jewish people, the Hebrew people, they came together to support Jehoshaphat, to fast, to call upon God, to say, we have all these kingdom on the trade route, and all these kingdom have such large armies, and they join together, and now they want to fight us. So they call upon, you know, God. At this time, they want God. At this time, they calling upon God, you know. And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of the Lord before the new court, and said, O Lord God of our fathers, art not thou God in heaven, and rulest not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen? And in thine hand is there not power and might, so that none is able to withstand? So this is Joseph prayer. He's calling upon God, saying, aren't you not over all this kingdom? Aren't you not of all the power, God? You know, you did it before. You helped the Israelites out of Egypt. So we call upon you, God, now to help us. You help all of them, but aren't you not God? So Almighty God, Almighty Yahweh, we call upon you now because you did all of these things before. So now we call upon you to help us get through this one. Are not thou our God who didst drive out the inhabitants of the land before thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend, forever? So Jehoshaphat is bargaining with God. Aren't you not God? Aren't you not God who drive out all those people and gave the land to Abraham? So we want you, we're begging you to do the same for us. And they dwell therein, and have built a sanctuary within, sanctuary herein for thy name, saying, if when evil cometh upon us, at the sore judgment of pestilence or famine, we stand before this house, and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear our ear and help. So we build the house, we stand in the house of the Lord, and we're crying unto you. We're going to pestilence, whatever, and all of those stuff. So now we're crying to you because aren't you not God that delivers before us, that delivers Abraham, that give Abraham the land forever? So this is Jehoshaphat prayer. And they dwell if when verse 10. And now behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroy them. So this is what is saying. Moab, Ammon, we destroy them. My generation destroy them. You stand in the midst, Yahweh, and help them to destroy all of these people who trying to hurt us, who trying to take over our land. And you helped them before, and we have faith now. We calling upon you now. Like us today, we don't remember God, but when things happen, we calling upon the Lord, and that's what happened. Now they're in trouble. Now they have multitudes of army coming against them. So because they want the trade route of Ramoth Gilead. So now they're calling upon the Lord and telling God, aren't you not the God who have all the power in your hands, who can destroy them? You did it before. So we're begging you to help us get out of this one. Behold, I say, how thy reward us to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given us to inherit. So to cast us out of our possession, cast us out of, this is what you gave to Abraham. This is what it comes down, trickle down to our generation. This is what we have now. So aren't we going to allow them to cast us out of our inheritance, our possession, what you gave to Abraham, which we now have? So when this army join together and come, they're going to chase us out. Oh God, will thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. So here he's saying, with this great multitude, this great army that coming, we are afraid. With our eyes upon them, we can't do anything. There's what we're gonna do. We are afraid, so we're calling upon you now, God. Then and all Judah stood before the Lord with their little ones, their wives, and their children. You know, women and children, everybody's there praying, fast. Then Job and Jezeel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benai, the son of Jael, the son of Matthiah, a Levite of the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of the Lord into the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hearken, ye all Judea, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thou say the Lord unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God. So God of his message is telling him, oh, Jehoshaphat is the king. Like I said before, he's the king. Be not afraid, because this battle is not for you. This battle is for mine. This battle is mine. So have no fear of the multitude and the 3 or 4 nation kingdom that came together with their multitude of army, which is a lot, hundreds, probably thousands of armies of soldiers that comes. Have no fear. I am Yahweh thy God, and this battle is mine. Right here, this is where he says right there, the battle is not yours. The battle is not yours, but the battle is mine. Tomorrow, go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff. So the Lord is saying, go down tomorrow against them. Have no fear. Your army is small, and have no fear. Go down tomorrow, because this battle is not yours. This battle is mine. And sometimes all of us, we trying to fight a battle, and we think we think we can win the battle, or we think the battle is ours. But sometimes we have to step out the way and say, God, I can't do it. I'm calling upon you, because this one is yours, God. You have to help me with this one. No one else can help me with this one. And you're the only one I have faith in and trust in that will be able to get me out of this one. And sometimes we have to do that. He shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourself, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. So the Lord said, this battle is not yours. Set yourself, stand and watch, and see the power, see the salvation. Because this battle is not yours. I'm fighting this one, and let you guys know, you knucklehead, let you all know, you generation back then and generation today, that I am Yahweh thy God, and the battle is mine. The battle is mine. So stand aside and see your salvation. See what I can do. Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord will be with you. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground. And all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the Lord, worshiping the Lord. So now they get the message that the battle is God battle. And he's the one that's gonna deal with this scribble's head. And the Levite of the children of the Cushite, and the children of the Korites stood up to praise the Lord God of Israel with a loud voice on high. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, believe in the Lord your God, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophet, so shall ye prosper. So Jehoshaphat the king is telling the people, the Lord said he's going to fight this battle for us. So believe, fast and believe in the Lord, because the battle is for God. We can't win all of these multitude of armies. The battle is for God. So he's speaking to the nation, to his people, to his subject, to hear the messenger and believe that God said he's going to do what he said he's going to do. And on the fourth day, they assembled themselves into the valley of the Bereshad, in the valley of the Bereshad. For there they blessed the Lord. Therefore, the name of the same place was called the valley of Bereshad unto this day. Then they returned every man of Judea and Jerusalem, and Jehoshaphat in the forefront of them, to go again to Jerusalem with joy, for the Lord had made them to rejoice over their enemies. So now Jehoshaphat the king is going ahead of them, and they more in a more uplifted spirit, because now help is on the way, the greatest help ever. God is gonna help them get through this one. This battle, they can't fight this battle by themselves. And they came to Jerusalem with psalteries and harps and trumpets unto the house of the Lord, and the fear of God was on all the kingdoms of those countries, when they had heard that the Lord fought against the enemy of Israel. So the fear. So when God fight this battle for Judah and the other countries, they heard that the Lord is with them and the Lord fight this battle for them. Fear came upon the land. Fear came upon all those other kingdoms. Because here it said, fear came upon all those other kingdoms. And the fear of God was on all the kingdom of those countries. When they had heard what happened, that God fought this battle for the Israelite, fear came upon them. Of course fear is going to come upon them. When you know spiritual being, someone else is fighting the war, you know you're not going to win. So fear came upon all of them. And Jehoshaphat reigned over, verse 30. So the realm of Jehoshaphat was quiet, for his God gave him rest. Rest round about. Rest round about mean he gave him rest from all these war. So he gets rest time, in between, not to fight any war. So he get peace. Because all the nation heard that God fought the battle for them. So they get fear. So there is no war. I'm not sure how long before another war, but there's no war for a while, because he said God gave him rest around about. And Jehoshaphat reigned over Judah. He was 35 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Azubah, the daughter of Shilai. And he walked in the way of Asa his father, and depart not from it, doing which was right in the sight of God. So he walks with the Lord. Like I said, he's considered a good king, but his reign was not all that good. So he walked with the Lord because his father Asa was, was a good king. And he walks with the Lord also. So so my fellow eye watchers and disciples, sometimes the battle is not ours. We can't fight all the battles ourselves, and we have to trust and have faith and believe in God that he will fight some of the battles. It's come like sometimes you want to do something and you pray about it. You have to pray about it instead of go head on, because not all the time you can win the battle. God has to be at the forefront of everything you do, because I'm telling you, you're not going to win unless you have God at the forefront of everything we do. So until then, my fellow eye watchers and my disciples, I just want to say, let us all have God at the front of our battle, because we know that with him at the forefront, we will win. With him at the forefront, we won't lose. So until then, my fellow eye watchers and my disciples, I just want to say, remember, God first, man second. God first, man second. So if you like what you heard, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, so when I upload something new, you're the first to get it. So until then, thank you and God bless you.